Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now the price of Ethereum is still playing out this breakout to the upside on the larger timeframes. But when you zoom into some of the smaller timeframes, like the 4-hour Ethereum chart, right now we're actually seeing a bearish divergence form. And obviously, for those of you that did watch my last Ethereum update video that I posted yesterday on the channel, I talked about this being a possibility moving forward due to the fact that the bounce back to the upside in the 4-hour Ethereum RSI was very weak compared to the bounce in the price. And so what this actually means for Ethereum moving forward is that the bulls are starting to lose some momentum in the shorter term. So basically, I wouldn't be surprised if we see another short-term cool-off in the price of Ethereum, either sideways price action or a slight pullback. In fact, the last bearish divergence that we saw on the 4-hour Ethereum chart was in the beginning of February, right back here. But it is important to mention that this is still only talking about the shorter term, just the 4-hour chart, because when you zoom out a little bit further, even to just the 12-hour Ethereum chart, that bearish divergence isn't exactly there anymore on these slightly larger timeframes. And of course, when you're looking in the parabolic stop and reverse indicator on the 12-hour chart, this is still in the green, which is a bullish signal. So this is actually something different this time round compared to what we saw in the beginning of February at that previous bearish divergence. And as of right now, the 12-hour Ethereum MACD is technically more bullish than it is bearish. And the same can be said about the 12-hour Ethereum RSI, because we haven't broken the uptrend just yet. We have not started a new downtrend, but just keep in mind that the 12-hour Ethereum RSI is pretty close to overbought territories. But regardless of all of that, the breakout out of this symmetrical triangle pattern is technically still valid here on the 12-hour time frame. And looking at some important levels to pay attention to, we've got support at around 2.8k and this point of resistance, which we are currently running into right now, coming in at around $3,040 per Ethereum. And when you're looking at this same symmetrical triangle pattern, but on the daily time frame, specifically looking in the RSI, you can see that we have more room to the upside on the larger timeframes, which just further confirms that these shorter term bearish signals are really just in the shorter term, talking about the smaller timeframes. And of course, on the daily Ethereum chart, we still have this falling wedge pattern, which is technically still playing out. And the price target for this pattern is at the top of the wedge, sitting at around 3.2k to 3.3k. And zooming further out on the daily time frame, obviously the recent price action over the past 1 week is really the most bullish price action that we have seen for months in regards to this line of resistance. So in terms of a possible recovery back to the upside, the first step has already been taken. Also, don't forget about the Bollinger Bands on the 3-day time frame, because right now they are squeezing together, and the last time we saw this was just before a significant move in the market. And in case you are new to this channel, the squeezes that we see in the Bollinger Bands indicator don't necessarily tell us whether the next major move in the market will be bullish or bearish. The squeeze we see in the Bollinger Bands simply just tells us that a massive move is coming sometime soon, and to potentially help determine the direction of that move, we can look at whether or not the price is in the top half or the bottom half of the Bollinger Bands. And as of right now, at least at the time of recording this video, the price of Ethereum is in the top half of these Bollinger Bands for as long as the Ethereum price remains above around 2.7k. And just giving you a quick update in the Bitcoin dominance on the daily time frame, we did end up seeing that daily candle close in the red, which added extra confirmation of this break to the downside. So if you're looking at the Bitcoin dominance itself, this has basically been confirmed. But looking in the RSI on the daily time frame, yes, we have seen one daily candle close breaking to the downside, but you can see that today we're seeing a slight bounce, which is resulting in a possible retest in the daily RSI for the Bitcoin dominance. So if the daily RSI gets some sort of rejection here and heads a little bit further to the downside, then that would further confirm a break further to the downside in the Bitcoin dominance, which would be bullish for the altcoin market. And as I mentioned in my last Ethereum update video on the channel, if this Bitcoin dominance continues further to the downside in a downtrend, similar to what we saw back here, then I'll be sure to cover more altcoins in these videos, because during those time periods are when the altcoins outperform Bitcoin on average. And so right now, with the break to the downside in the Bitcoin dominance, we're potentially in the early stages of that happening, but we haven't exactly established a major downtrend just yet. And in case you missed my recent Bitcoin update video, the US stock market, specifically the S&P 500 right here on the daily time frame, is looking very bullish after weeks of talking about this massive bullish divergence and more recently a breakout to the upside in the daily RSI. And while the stock market is playing out a lot of bullish price action, it is very unlikely we're going to see a lot of bearish price action in crypto, because the majority of the time the crypto market and the stock market are pretty correlated with each other, basically meaning if the stock market sees a lot of bearish price action, then it's very likely we're going to see something similar in the crypto markets. But then on the flip side, if we see a major recovery in the stock market, then it's very likely that crypto will enter some sort of recovery back to the upside as well. So basically, a bullish stock market is bullish for crypto, generally speaking. But anyway, if you found this video useful or simply enjoyed it, please make sure to leave a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, you might as well subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like this every single day. And before we click off, if you want to make more money in crypto, whether or not prices are going up or down, these two videos popping up right here are definitely for you. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.